Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video I'm going to show you how to be able to play Microsoft Flight Simulator without having the damn CD in the drive. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so if you are one of those lucky few which have actually purchased the disc version of this on the 10 DVDs of Microsoft Flight Simulator, you're probably getting to the point where you've uninstalled it or reinstalled it or attempted to, and you're finding that the CDs and DVDs just basically won't read anymore. It's a very common thing. DVDs don't last forever, and modern ones seem to be worse than they were years ago. But anyway, that's a different story. So what you want to know is how can you actually get to run the game? You've paid for the discs, expensive things, like £60 when it came out, so you want to make the most of your investment. Now, I found a way, well, in fact, there's kind of two ways you can do it. So the first way is if you've actually originally installed the game and registered it to your Microsoft account, what you can do now is go over and install the Xbox app, not the Xbox game bar, but the Xbox app. I'll show you that in a minute as we go to the computer. You can install that, you can go into your account, look in your library, and you'll find this game actually in your library because you had to register it. You can then click on install and it will install pretty much all of it. Now potentially it may still ask you for a disc, which if like me you're struggling and your disc doesn't always read, then that potentially can be a problem. But what I found you can do is actually extract some of the files which are on the disc which you may be able to read, and actually make a very small ISO image which you can leave on your computer. It's only about 5 megabytes, something like that. So what you can do is then when you want to run the game, you can quickly mount that image as if it is a disk drive, and then the game will run as intended. Now this isn't infringing copyright because you are an owner of the original product and you're not copying the whole disk, you're just extracting files from it to allow you to activate the software which you've already paid for. So in my books, this is totally legit. Obviously, if you think differently, please let me know in the comments section below. But as far as I can say, this is 100% legit. Anyway, with all that said, let's go over onto the computer and we'll show you some of the options. So this is my Windows desktop here. So if you're in one situation where you've used the program previously and you've registered it to your Microsoft account, it's pretty simple and straightforward what you need to do. So just open up the Microsoft Store, and in the top here, just search for Xbox. And there is the Xbox app. If you click on it, you can see I've already got it installed, so you can just open it. So let's click on Open. And if you go across into your library, you'll see what games you've actually got. And as you can see, it does show up there. So if you've got this, it shows up in your library, but it's not currently installed. All you can do is click on it and you can go into this section here and choose play. It will then start the installation process, etc. Now, like I said, potentially it may still ask you for the disk. So ideally, if you can, if one disk works, i.e. disk number 1, then stick it in the drive, which is what we're going to try and do now. Okay, so I've just put the DVD into the disk drive and we'll see if this actually picks up. So I've just put the disc into the drive and hopefully it's going to pick up. Right, so it knows it's a DVD, but it doesn't know what's actually on the disc at the moment, so that potentially is a bad sign. But this is the sort of thing you potentially are experiencing yourself. Okay, so it's taken its time, and when it comes up with autoplay or whatever, choose open folder. So this is the fun part, or at least for me it is anyway. So you've got all these files down here. Now, if you copy the files from data 1 HDR down to the bottom here, so select these ones here. Actually, you can do the auto run as well if you want. Actually, let's go right up to the top there just in case. So that's going to be basically all the files except data 1 cab and data 2 cab, because we don't need those, and those are the larger files which may take ages to read. So these are the ones here. I think there is actually just 4 that's really needed. I think it's like ISS, setup, DLL, setup, EXE, setup, INI and INX, but it doesn't hurt to have these. So what you want to do is right click on them and choose copy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder on our desktop. We can call it anything, we'll just call it MSFS. And we'll open that and we're going to right click and we're going to paste Now hopefully the drive is going to do okay and it's actually going to paste those files through first time, which fingers crossed for the sake of the video it has done. Excellent stuff. So that is basically the files that we need there. We're just checking that folder. Yep, that is exactly the same, so that is excellent. So that is the hard part done. As long as you can actually read the disk, that is perfect. Obviously, quite often you find that one or two of the disks just stop reading after a while, or maybe your disk drive, the laser gets hot and just stops reading. So at this point now we can actually eject the disk. And for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to unplug my disk drive as well, so as not to confuse things. So the next thing to do is, what we want to do is we want to create a ISO image of this particular folder. Now the easiest way of doing that is there's a program called ImageBurn, and you can go to the official ImageBurn website. I'll put links for this in the video description to speed things up for you if you like. And all you want to do is go on to the download section, which is just up here, and get it from wherever you want to. It's available from TechSpot, Major Geeks, etc., or provided from ImageBurn themselves. The choice is yours. So I'm going to download it here. We're going to save this to the desktop. And we can minimize this window now. And there's a file. It's a very small thing. So let's run the setup and just accept everything. And basically you can leave that exactly as it is. You get the option to see if there's a newer version available. You can choose to yes or no. Doesn't really make much difference, to be honest with you. And that is it. So that is finished. So now we can open up ImageBurn, which is now installed. And it's a pretty straightforward process. What we're going to do is create an image file from files or folders. So click on that one, and we want to add some files or folders. So click on folders, we'll go to desktop, we'll grab our MSFS folder, and then all we need to do is click on the build button. Ask you where you want to save it to. We'll save it to the desktop as an ISO file. And it says there you've only selected one folder. Would you like to add the contents of the... Yes, we do. And basically you can ignore all of this. And there we go. That is effectively it. We are done. So click OK. And for some reason I must have done the location wrong there, but it's actually put it inside that folder. So there is our ISO file. So now all these other files we can get rid of because we don't need it. So again, you can delete your folder, etc. And basically what you want to do is double click on this and it will mount the image. So now in your PC, this PC, there you go. There's your DVD drive. And it's now got our name, which is MSFS. I keep on getting that wrong. And it's about 7 to 8 megabytes. So it's absolutely tiny. And basically that will kind of fool the system into thinking that you've actually got the disk in the drive. There's no actual game data on it whatsoever, it's just the exe files, but this will save you a lot of time and effort, and of course it's such a small little file size, 11 megabytes, it's not going to take up any room, so you can keep that mounted. There's other programs you can use to actually mount this on a permanent basis, so if you've got some sort of simulation system and you don't want to mount it every single time you go into Windows, then you can use things like Daemon tools and it'll automatically mount on startup. But you will find also, even with it unmounted, so actually let me show you how to do that. So if you want to unmount it or eject the disk, so just click on eject, and there you go. Didn't disappear straight away, but it has gone, so that's ejected now, so it's not actually on there. I have found actually after doing this and using the method of installation online via the Xbox app, mine actually doesn't ask for the disk. It does, but if I click on OK, it just carries on anyway. So you may find just actually installing it via the Xbox app might be just the thing you need. Anyway, so there's some options to try. Hopefully that works out for some of you. So there you go, there is how to get Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 working if you've got slightly iffy discs. Now please do not be asking me in the comment section for those files off the CD or the DVD, because that is totally illegal and we're not allowed to do that. Obviously, if you search around, there's various places on the internet where you can find those files, but I would recommend obviously not if you can possibly help it. Potentially you could always reach out to Microsoft themselves or their partner that actually made the CDs. Potentially might get some luck in that direction, but I kind of doubt it. So yeah, my hands are tied a little bit as far as that is concerned, but hopefully what I've showed you does work and you can manage to just get those few files off disc 1 on your DVD set. If you're still having problems, feel free to reach out to us at the email address or join us on our Discord. Free to join, go in there, tech support, and just ask the questions you need answered. And that is for any realms of the PC stuff that you have going wrong. Basically, anything that's going wrong in your system, yeah, you're more than welcome to join us, and hopefully someone will be able to answer your questions. Anyway, I've rather someone way too long. Hopefully this video has been useful to you. If it has, smash the like button. If you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, then you can hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the chime icon also, and that way you'll be notified of future video releases. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll see you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.